Hello and welcome, it's me, Marls44. Welcome back to another Cardfight Vanguard Cardfight area deck profile. Today's deck profile, we have the updated version of the Blue Knight of the Heavens, Altmile. So, yeah, I can't speak. That's hilarious. But with the release of GBT04, this bad boy got an update as well, just like Jedd and just like Aisha. There's no more updates other than that. But these three decks have become much more threatening. So yeah, let's jump right into the deck profile. So our starter is Royal Paladin. Have a lot of cards. Our starter is still Shining Knight Millius, so a really great card for helping out with your grade 2s, basically. So very important with that, because your grade 2s are huge. With Royal Paladins, it's all about the front row. It's all about the front row. And then we have 4 Knight of Blue Heavens, Altmile, so still 4 of those. And unfortunately, unlike the other 2, we still have 4 Knight of Greatspear. The other 2, you know, they got a better grade 3 in BT04, where unfortunately in this one did get a better grade 3, but the Knight of Spear isn't bad. He is still a decent card and works nicely with how the deck, how Royal Paladin is, so it's not too bad. Wish I could have some better though. Moving on to grade 2s, so we still have 4 of our 12k beater, Knight of Vistikit's Brede, and we still have 4 of our Knight of Twin Sword. So both very important cards. 12k beaters, you know, really important in this deck for how it is. And your Knight of Twin Sword, really, really important for getting more grade 2s and setting up your grade 2s and everything. But we do have a new card, surprisingly. Finally a new card, jeez, took long enough. For Knight of Dexterity, Jedd. So what he does is Generation Break 1. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose one of your other rear guards, and that unit gets power plus 5,000 until end of turn. So I replaced the other card with this. Big reason is because the other cards just it's handy, but you do already have a card to set up, a few cards actually to set up, and this card does what Royal Paladin does best about, you know, adding more pressure with power and crits and stuff. So the big reason is, so this card's really, really good, especially with how much pressure you put on in this deck, because, you know, just how Royal Paladin is. So with this card attacking, your opponent's always going to guard this, so you know it's always a free guard. So slapping a crit on someone else is definitely very threatening, and just using his power to, you know, scare you even more, force out more shield. Either way, you're going to have to force out more shield, and it's just really terrifying. And, you know, Jewel Knights was big on it too. Jewel Knights, when Ashley Reverse was around, there was a Jewel Knight card like this. I don't remember the name, unfortunately, because I didn't have a Jewel Knight deck, even though I wanted it. Sad tales. But yeah, but it was definitely very threatening and very, very huge in the deck, and honestly ends a lot of games, surprisingly. So just a humongous boost from this card alone. Like, just ridiculous. Anyways, let's move on to our grade 1s now. I think the grade 1s had more of a change than the grade 2s, definitely. Our Perfect Guard is still Holy Knight Guardian, you know, your damage on flipper, still very important. And then we still have 4 of our Stride Enablers. But then the other 2 cards, we have 3 Knight of Reform Pierre. What he does is Generation Break 1 when your other grade 2 unit is placed on rear guard. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Altmile in its card name, choose up to 2 units in the same column as this unit, and they get power plus 2,000 until end of turn. So you basically just boost this card, boost the next card, and, you know, you get a 4k boost. Put it with the 12k beater, and even without the 12k beater, no, put it with the 12k beater, and it's, you know, hitting over the mark that you want. So definitely a really scary card. And I mean, it could power up columns all it needs to nicely, especially with, you know, some other power-ups you get too, and it's just quite threatening. So, you know, yeah. Run 3 of these, just very threatening. And then we have 2 Battlesong Angel. So what this card does is Generation Break 1. If the number of your other grade 1 or less... If the number of your other grade 1 or less rearguards is 2 or more, this unit gets power plus 2000, and continuous resist this unit cannot be chosen by the effects of your opponent's cards. So, just honestly, another power-up card. Definitely just as threatening, but the difference is, you know, it's only 2,000, not 4,000, but you could just do whatever you want. It can't die. Just resist. It can't. Your opponent cards can't kill it with its effects, which is very huge and definitely a very important card. The cool thing about the other guy, cool thing about the other card, Pierre, I forgot to mention is, since it's like when your grade 2 is placed, you could just intercept and then use the twin sword to call the 12k beater and then power them both up. Oh, you're gonna hit over the 21k mark, and you could kind of just keep pressuring like that. Like, it's kind of nuts. But yeah, this card's really good too. Just, you know, swinging for 9k boost and getting resist. So there is honestly no reason to play Toy Poogle, because you have 2 easy 9k boosters. Pretty much. This one's a little easier, but still very, very good and definitely crazy strong. Yeah. The only recommendation I can make, like, change, if you would like to play 2 Pierre and then play one of the gigantic short putter that I used to play in the deck that I don't play anymore, just for kind of that clutch moment, I guess. You know, take out one of the Pierre and just put on one of him. Just have one of this guy for a clutch moment. That's just a recommendation if you don't, you know, if you want to just have him for a safe time. But I think 3 Pierre is better, especially just how much pressure he could put on. He's just so key and so important. So I think it's better to have, you know, 3 of them and not play the other guy. Anyways, moving on to our triggers. We have 4 Burning Main Lion and 4 Bringer of Good Luck Epona. So 8 crit. Always have to play that good luck. And then we have 4 Margal, 4 draw, and then we have 4 Healing Pegasus. Sorry. So 4 heal. So standard trigger lineup: 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. Pretty good. I will say I feel like this deck got the least amount of buffs from buffs from BT04 than the other 2 did. I feel like Aisha and Chrono Jedd really got a lot of cards to help it and just become kind of ridiculous. Whereas this deck still got quite a bit to make it so much more stronger, but a little bit less than the others. And I think the grade 3 has a lot of impact on that, because it's the same as last time, and it doesn't have as much effect as it did before now. So, whereas, you know, the other 2 grade 3s, they serve a much greater purpose. So, hopefully we get, I'm hoping Altmile gets a better secondary grade 3 unit, so we can, so the deck can be a little better. But that's just my hopes and dreams. Anyways, we have 4, moving on to stride units, 4 Soaring Divine Knight Altmile. So what he does is choose a face down card and name this card from your G zone, turn it face up. When this unit is placed on Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, until the end of this turn, this unit gets continuous. All of your units in your front row get power plus 3000. Then, if the number of face-up cards in your G zone is 2 or more, search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 card. Call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, and that unit gets power plus 5000 until end of turn. And then we have Pierre. So yeah, really strong card for just putting on a lot of pressure, ending games, and it's just crazy powerful. Just a really, really solid card, and honestly helps you trigger some of your other guys that, like I said, Pierre. And then you have your other guy, your grade 2, that if he hits, you 5k to someone, so all the threatening stuff that's going on, you're just like, oh, and then there's that on top of it. Great. But yeah, just, like, it's just crazy strong. So, yeah. And then we have 2 Divine Sacred Dragon, Saint Blow Dragon. So this card is still really helpful for pressuring and everything. With the extra crit and everything, and not gaining a whole, well, not, you know, giving power to a bunch of your units like Altmile does. This card I feel is better earlier on. Altmile's is better for finishing games, but this card is better for early on for pushing your opponent to that 5 damage or to that 4 damage with that extra crit, and just scaring your opponent, or maybe scaring out a P-guard or something. So still play 2 of these. It's very good, but you don't need 4. The 4 Altmile stride is much better. And then we have 1 Flash Flame Divine Knight, Samueli. I must have, like, cross-eyed myself or something. I don't understand how I just read Samuli. Anyways, still one of this card, you know, for that rare scenario. And then we also have 1 Vague Sacred Knight, Gablade, not Gablade, but yeah, just one of this card, just your starting stride unit, and yeah, very handy. Alright, so that's about it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to do your stuff, and yeah, you can check the deck list down below. It's in the description. Try it out if you want. Let me know what you think about it, and that's about it. See you guys next time. If you guys want to see more videos from me, on the left there are Let's Play videos, so you can go and check those out. And if you guys aren't up for that, on the right there are Cardfight Vanguard videos, so you can go and check that out. And if you're still not up for those, I have Super Smash Bros, Pokemon, and a Versus series on my channel, so you can go to my channel and check that out. Also, down below is my review channel, where I do reviews, countdowns, game chats, which is like a podcast, and more. And don't forget to check out my Twitter, Facebook, and Skype, all listed at the top there. That is all. Hope you guys enjoy.